Hello everybody, this is Astocky here, and welcome to what is a bit of an unusual video of me playing Dwarf Fortress. Actually, I don't intend to do any playing. I'm actually on holiday at the moment, and what I thought I would do is play some Dwarf Fortress while I'm away, and I thought the best way to do that would be to try and play it with you guys. So basically what I've set up is I've set up a couple of files that basically you can download, and the link is going to be in the description for the files. And it will basically link you to some free recording software, some free encoding software so that you can upload the video. It will also give you the download to the world that I have created and a couple of I guess you'd call them challenge rules. I've also got in the link the particular version of Dwarf Therapist that I've been using, which is the Splintermind Attributes, I guess you'd call it mod, and I've also got the link to the latest version of DF hack, that I use. So just give me 2 seconds and I'll bring up the, I guess you'd call them the rules or the file that you download from me, and I'll show you what it's about. Back in a second. Okay, and here I am back. You'll have to excuse the audio and video quality for this episode. Basically, I'm sitting on my laptop at the moment. I'm in a hotel. I haven't got any of my normal gear or my normal computer with me, so I'm kind of doing this on my laptop and just checking out how it will work. So basically what you can see here, this is Dwarf Fortress Embark Challenge Play, and it's the file that you will download. It has a number of links to how to get Dwarf Fortress for those of you who haven't got it. Like I said, how to get the different programs that I use. Here's the save region that you're going to need. It also includes where, once you've unzipped it, to put them all. I've also included a link to a couple of different screen recorders. This BB software is the one that I use on my desktop PC. It's a fantastic piece of free screen recording software. There's also Cam Studio, which is what I'm using right now on my laptop, because it's just really small and really simple. And then Media Coder, which I use to encode. But down to what this is actually about. So it's just a little bit of a background story here. Basically, you were part of a group that set off from your original mountain home or fortress, and you decided that the place that you had gone to, which is a bit of a coastal town, didn't really work out that well, and so basically the original settlement has sent off a small settlement. You've become an offshoot from that small settlement, and you've decided that you're going to head off to the mountains to try and get a whole lot more in terms of resources than they've got. It also includes a map. So this is the basic map. So you can see just here is where the Embark is, so that you can find it. So down around about here on the coast is where they settled, and they didn't like it, so you've headed off up here towards the mountains. And this is the exact area that you want to embark in. So under that X just there, which is kind of at the base of the mountains, and then there's just there, so it's kind of directly above the blue weed, and then you kind of line yourself up with this row of 4 dots, and then keep going up until you're one above the, I guess you call it the upside down U, and then that's the area that you put it. So it's got some mountains, it's got 3 actual biomes, it's got some mountains there, it's got some sort of plains biomes there, and then it's got some sort of foothills sort of biome as well. So lots of biomes, should be perfect to have lots of really good mineral wealth. I'm only showing one of the biomes there, but you've got clay, soil, deep metals. You'll also have shallow metals and flux stones and lots of really good things, which is exactly what you need. Now I guess the next thing is the rules. So in order to make this a bit more of a challenge and a bit more fun, I've added, I guess, what I'm calling some rules. Whoops. Clicked on the wrong thing then, sorry about that. Where were we? Yeah, so yeah, I've added some rules. So basically, you've got 7 dwarves. The first dwarf, you've got to name after yourself, and you can ignore these skill requirements. You can pretty much make them whatever you want. The rest of the dwarves have to be kind of put together like real people would be. So there's a little bit of a rule section here on how to put together those dwarves. Then you come down a little bit further and you've got some equipment. And so this is basically the equipment that you can take and the equipment that you can't take with you. Basically they haven't found a whole lot of minerals or ores or things like that, so they're pretty stuck in terms of being able to take lots of things with them. There's some animals you can have, some animals that you can't have, a couple of things to stop you from kind of overpowering yourself. But basically it's going to be a pretty Bear Embark, and that I think is going to make it pretty interesting for a bit of a challenge play. For those of you who are potentially new and don't necessarily want to do this, then what you can do is you can just take the play now. Don't pick any of the other packs because they're a bit too optimized. Just pick play now and it'll kind of randomize everything for you, and that should be an excellent way to do it. So I guess without sort of further ado, what I'm going to do now is jump into my game here. So you can see I'm going to go continue playing. Oops, not continue playing. I'm going to go start playing. And so Embark Challenge is the name of the folder. That's how you know you've got the right one. I'm going to play Dwarf Fortress and press enter. And it's going to think about it for a few seconds. Here we go. So now we have to find the Embark location. So like I said, we're going to head up. Okay, so there's that blue thing I said. So you want to head up from the blue thing. Okay, so here are the mountains. We want to go up until we're on the one square above the U. Then we want to head over to the right. We want to come 4 in, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want to come 1 up. So you can see there it says exactly the same thing. Temperate, woodland, moderate, untamed. I bring the picture up. You can see that it's all the same stuff. And now I can show you the biomes. We've got the first biome, which is the primary biome, which is a temperate shrubland. Biome number 2 is mountain, so there's no trees in the top left hand corner of the map. And number 3 is another temperate shrubland that's just slightly different. So this one has a brook, so does this one, so does this one. So there's a brook that flows through all of it. There's some little soil, shallow metals, deep metals, flux-stone, shallow metals, deep metals, clay, some soil, and deep metal. So lots of really good stuff there. So this is the place. So let's press E to embark. Actually, what I might quickly show you first is there are dwarves, elves, humans, and goblins. Goblins have a red line through them, which means we're currently fighting with them. I'm becoming part of the Barricade of Diamonds, although you can pick any particular group that you want, but I find Barricade of Diamonds sounds the best for me. This shows you the little area you're on. There's some pretty high cliffs up in the top left, some medium cliffs and things around it, and then kind of a bit of a low cliffy sort of plateau area that goes around that, as you can see by all these 2s and 3s, and then the 7s in the middle. So that's pretty much where we're going to go. So I'm going to press E to embark, and press enter. Now I'm going to go prepare for the journey carefully, and the first thing I'm going to do is delete out all of the items that are in here, because I don't want to start with any of their items because I have my own rules. Just going to make sure I don't have any animals either. No animals. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically just stop this video, and I'm going to come back in a few seconds once I've started to put together some of my items, just to show you how actually no, I'm just going to quickly stop the video for a second and I'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, well I'm back. Without wanting to really ruin things too much here, what I thought I would do is not show you guys exactly how I configure myself out. What I thought I would do though is go to the very first person, show you how you press C to customize, N for nickname, and this person here's nickname is going to be Astocky, obviously because that person is me. Now I can pick pretty much any skills that I want for this person. They don't have to kind of have any relationship really to anything. So what I thought I would do is I would pick a bunch of skills that I think are going to be useful that potentially nobody else is going to have the option to do. So I'm going to be a adequate building designer. I'm also going to be an appraiser, a judge of intent, a negotiator, and a record keeper. So it's going to make me basically the architect, the broker, and the bookkeeper. So now I'll do one more person just to kind of show you the way that the rules work. So you can see here, skills. You've got to pick a main skill and it's got to be at least 3 points into it. And then pick one or more secondary skills related to the primary skill. They have to be in the same group or use the same material. For example, mason, engraver, stone crafter. But, excuse me for a second. Okay, sorry about that. I think someone in the room next to me is taking a shower. So what I thought I would do is I would show you an example of a particular person. So, this particular person, seeing as we're coming from a fishing village, is going to have 4 points in fisherman and be a skilled fisherman. So that is their primary skill, and like the rules say, has to be at least 3. Now they can have one or more skills that have to be at least 1 point, but can't be higher than the main skill minus 2, which in this case means they can't be higher than 2 points, because they're secondary skills. And this person's secondary skills are going to be fish dissector, and I'm going to give him 2 points, and fish cleaner, which I'm also going to give him 2 points in. Now, I now meet the criteria to do the third option, which is I can have... sorry about that, I think the video got cut off a bit then. I meant to pause it and I hit the wrong button. So you can now pick any one unrelated skill at level 1 if all your secondary skills are at least at second level. So I have an adequate fish cleaner, 2 points, fish dissector and fish cleaner, and I have a skilled fisherman. So those are his secondary skills. Now he can pick any other one skill at level 1, or I could pick another secondary skill at level 2, but I'm not going to do that because there's not really another one that's related to fishing. So what I thought I would do for this person, although I could pick swimmer as a secondary skill, I don't think I'm really going to have a huge need to be a swimmer. So what I thought I would do is just have a quick look through and see what might be a reasonable skill. What I'm thinking is bone crafter. Now, you can only be a novice because you can only have 1 point in it. And the way I'm going to say that this happened is, obviously he's a fisherman. He cleans the fish, he guts the fish, he gets the shells from the lobsters and the turtles, and so he's taken a bit of time and he's learned to kind of craft them into things. So that's kind of how that skill fits with him. So I'm going to name him now, and he is going to be Fisher. So there's Astocky, and the second dwarf I have is Fisher Dwarf. Now we're going to head over here, and I'll show you under what is the next part of the rules, which is equipment you can take. Now there's quite a lot of equipment rules, but basically, no trained animals, no more than 2 animals of any one kind. You can only pick animals from this list. You can only take items from copper or silver, because they found a tetrahedrite vein, which means they've got a little bit of that. The only exception to that is you can take a steel anvil. No iron anvil, only steel, and you can't take any other metals, ores, or anything like that. So, just as an example, I'm going to add a new item now. I'm on dog, new, and V. I'm going to take a steel anvil. Now that's 300 points. That is an awful lot of points to eat up with just one item. And then I'm going to take 1 male dog, 1 female dog, 1 female cat, 1 male cat, which leaves me 862 points to spend on the rest of my items. Now, like I said, I guess the challenge of this is to see what you guys pick and to see what you guys do and how you guys do your embark. So I'm not actually going to show everything now in this embark. I'm going to do it and I'm going to record it. Now I'm probably not going to record it actually, but I am going to do it, and once the Embark actually starts and I start showing you a little bit of the map, I'm only going to show you just a little bit of the map as well, because I want you guys to basically record this and post them. You can either post them and send me the link, or if you post them as, I guess, as a video response to this, I'm going to have a bit of time free in the evenings over the next week, so I can't do a lot of recording, so I thought I might do some playing, and I might do some watching if you guys want me to see your videos. So stay tuned for in a couple of seconds time, when hopefully I'm going to have embarked and I'm going to be able to show you guys what the world looks like. So back in a second. Okay, so I'm back and I've now embarked. Here is, I guess, the rock that I can see, and I think we've lucked out on this embark location because there is gold in them there hills. Actually, there is more than just gold. There is gold and there is also garnerite, which is nickel. So I've got gold and nickel. You can also see a bunch of gemstones, some smoky quartz there, some green zircons there, and obviously green zircons are worth more than smoky quartz because they've got two little things below them. Coming this way, I'm seeing a lot of rock. Not seeing, okay, there we got a little bit of soil. Just because I'm not seeing a huge amount of soil anywhere. So I guess that's all the minerals that you can kind of see exposed. Just going to now zoom out a bit. Now there should have been a brook or a stream somewhere through here. But I'm not seeing that now. The embark location said that there was, but now that I'm, I guess, all the way here, I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that that's the case. Just give me 2 seconds to bring my JPEG back up and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here we can see on the JPEG it definitely says Brook, the slow trench. What I'm thinking though is maybe that was the brook and I've somehow managed to stop just short of it. Either that or potentially it could be an underground brook. I'm not even sure if that's possible in this game. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. This is new. I haven't seen it tell me that there is water before, and then have the water not actually be there. Like I said, you can go right up, and there does not seem to be a stream anywhere. What on earth is that? Ice, hey? Obviously ice means it's going to get cold here in the winter. Not super happy with that. I'm just going to zoom out again. I think I've zoomed out too far now. Come on, back in a bit. There we go. So am I going down? So I also thought that it said there should be mountains in the top left. Unless they're calling that drop off there a steep drop off as a mountain. Maybe I've got steepness and elevation mixed up. Either way, our embark location is what it is. Let's zoom back in, back to where we were. So yeah, our embark location is our embark location. Let's have a quick look and see what animals I got. I got 2 yak bulls. That's not particularly useful. Yes, you can see there just a bit of a quick preview of my animals that I took with me. And there are my citizens. I took a carpenter, a ranger who I forgot to customize his name. I'm going to have to fix that up. A jeweler, a stonecrafter, a fisher, a farmer, and myself. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and record an episode later on next week, and hopefully if that works out I might be able to upload that to give you guys a bit of a snapshot of where my fortress is up to after a couple of days. But hopefully someone will see this and will respond, and then it'll be almost like a co-op just to kind of compare how we're doing and see, how I do things versus how you guys do things. So again, check out the link in the description. That will take you to the HTML file. Well, it's actually a zip file that includes the JPG and the HTML file, and then from there hopefully you guys can join me. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this. Astocky out.